EnnuiGoblin here, and thank you for joining me on my Let's Play of Tales of Illyria Destinies. I'm really excited about trying this game out. I have decided to go with Destinies as opposed to Fallen Knight or Beyond the Iron Wall, as it's the only game in the series that I haven't played. Apparently it's a standalone, so the story is self-contained. There is no need to play the previous installments in order to understand the plot. Another reason I decided to go with this game, I haven't played it yet, but from what I've been told, you get a lot more options on how you can approach your characters. You can customize your parties a lot more. There are more items. The developers have had time to add a lot more to this game. There are 900 unique events that can occur as we play on. So if you don't want to go along with the main story, you can also, it's a little bit more open world than the previous installments. I remember from Fallen Knight, you could technically go wherever you wanted to in the game, but there wasn't really any reason to do so. There was only like one main quest that you could follow at a time for a good portion of it, so it felt kind of pointless to do as much exploring. I'm hoping that Destinies is supposed to kind of remedy that by giving you a lot more options on which direction you want to go and why. Do you want to go and do mercenary missions? There are different class missions, I believe, so I'm really excited to see what kind of content is in this game here. A couple of rules that I want to go over before I get started. I am going to be doing a permadeath run, so this game is actually very difficult. If you've ever played the Oregon Trail, it's got many of the similar mechanics in which you have to preset your party with the proper rations and conditions and amount of supplies that they need in order to get to the next destination, and you auto travel from one destination to the next, and random sequence of events can happen to you along the way. I'm going to see how far I can get. I'm going to play it on its toughest option, so we're gonna see if I can complete the whole game or not. My one rule is that if I die, there is no coming back. If I get caught at a place and I'm out of cash and I can't move on to the next city, that's a game over. If any member of my party dies, there is no going back to previous saves to reinstall. If I get caught in a random sequence that gets my party off track and they're trapped somewhere, that's also a game over. So let's see how far I can get into this game. Let me just go and make sure that it is set to the most difficult. I believe I already have it set to the most difficult of settings. So with that all said, let's get the game underway. The sun shines brilliantly over the land of Illyria. It is the year 1034, the same day the Great Wall fell. The northern land that was Vasna has now merged with Illyria, but not by choice. It also happens to be the day of your birth, the start of your great journey. Alright, so getting born here. Which kingdom were you born? Each kingdom has a unique origin quest. Origin quest, huh? I played through Hesperia in the last game, so I want to try the other one. I want to try the one that's north of it. I'm going to try the Tortha one. That's the one that's in the very dead center of the continent. While most of Illyria relies on sea trade, Tortha hosts safe land passage through some of the oldest cities in the continent. Visiting the nation is like stepping into the past, and its Fighters Guild harbors an ancient secret beneath the streets of Illyrium. Why couldn't I say that the first time? Screaming and kicking with all your might, you emerge from your mother's body. Wow, getting graphic here. Midwife hands you over, unclean and bare. Still, your mother grips you tight and caresses your skin. You hear her voices for the first time. Yeah, every time I create a badass warrior character, I want to know about what he was like when he was a baby, right? Your mother leans in to kiss your forehead, ignoring still the mess covering your skin. Again, she speaks to you. Blah blah blah, what is your name? My name is EnnuiGoblin. We all knew that. As you grow, you face many decisions. These choices shape your character and your strengths, and ultimately influence what kind of person you become. So I'm guessing these are going to be karma questions. Karma is a mechanic in the game where if you do good things and you get good karma and better notoriety, and you can have different types of quests will happen. Or if you're evil, you can get different bonuses like robbing people for their gold, but you might get more notoriety. You might become infamous, and that can cause other bad sequences to occur. So I played the last two games as a philandering scoundrel who robbed everybody in sight and only looked out for himself, and I died a lot because I managed to make more money, but everybody hated me. So I think what I'm going to do in this game, I'm going to try to be a good guy. I'm just never like being the good guy in these types of good or bad games. Like, in, KOTOR I was a villain, and in Fables I was a villain, so I'm going to be a villain in this game. Let's take a look here. At the age of 10, your mother starts sending you to her old friend to learn the basics of horse riding. The trouble is, you suffered a fall early on, and have been weary of the animals ever since. You begin skipping lessons. One evening, your mother comes home to ask if you've been attending the lessons she paid for. You cannot tell her she already knows the truth. How do you reply? So normally I would try and weasel my way out of this, but... Say you'll be sick and learn to ride, question why she paid, admit you relapsed because of your fear of horses. Alright, I'll tell the truth. It seems very counterintuitive, but I'll do it. At the age of 12, you encounter your first bullies. They are picking on a frail boy outside of the supervisor's view. How do you handle it? I don't like bullies, personally. So actually, I don't have no problem beating the crap out of a couple bullies. Always hated bullies. At the age of 14, you begin falling for a certain attractive woman from your village. Ooh. For days, you watch them from a distance, feeling a bit shy about approaching. Getting a little stocky here, character. One day, a friend just swoops in to charm your would-be love away from you. How do you respond? Confront the friend and explain that the objective of your affections is off-limits. Barge in and punch your rival for their misdeed. Write it as a loss and let your friend woo your crush. Well, I don't want to punch him, but I don't want to just let this guy come and bird dog me, so I'm going to confront him. Alright? We'll see how that works out for me. Well, I guess they don't tell me. At the age of 16, you were approached by the village elder. It's time to make your choice, what your people call a great decision. He lays before you a sword, a bow, and a book. The elder calmly explains that in the time, you may learn all three if you wish. However, right now, you must only pick one. Choose wisely, he says, for that is where your training shall begin. Oh, okay, so, this is where you can choose to be a melee, or a archer, or a sorcerer character. I'm gonna start with a melee character. I'm going to make my main character a melee character. I'm going to make him very tanky. What I want to do is have this main character somebody where he's more difficult to kill. He does medium level damage, and then I want to build my party around that mechanic. If I have a tank as my rock, then I can add accessory characters like a barbarian who can do a lot of damage, and an archer who can do very small amounts of quick damage, and the mage which can do huge bouts of damage and also can control things like how fast the turns would play. We'll talk a little bit more about that when we get to the combat and as I add new characters to the party. Alright, for now we're going to start with a melee character. Now here are some of the decisions. There are a couple of different skills here. The balanced, heavy, berserk, targeted, guard. Balanced is what I'm going to go for. Targeted is, it's not quite as powerful, but it's more accurate. Heavy is less accurate, but more power. Berserk is kind of the same category as heavy a little bit. I'm going to leave the heavy and berserk style for my character who is, gonna be my two-handed warrior, and I'm gonna make my main character a one-handed with a shield. I actually think instead of going for balanced, I'm gonna go for targeted. I want to be able to use this guy. I want to be able to have him to have defense, but I'd rather him make his contacts more frequently and do less damage than do more damage and miss more often. That's why I'm gonna go for the aim combat style. And then I get a second pick here. And now I'm going to pick guard, and guard is very valuable because it boosts up my defense, and it also can taunt enemies. So if I have enemies that I want to avoid attacking another character later on as my party grows larger, I can use my tank to kind of aggro some of the other enemies up onto one character instead of trying to distribute their damage. Defensive combat style, blah blah blah, that's good enough for me. On the day of your 18th year, your mother comes to you and cups your face saying you look just like your father when he was your age. Aww. Okay, I'm gonna pick what I look like now. Well, let's see here. You know, I'd say... do I want a beardy? Nah, let's keep him a little more sophisticated than that. No, I don't want a blondie. And what is this Jamie Lannister crap over here? Douchebag territory. Oh, whoa! I didn't know that California surfer boys were going to be in this game. That's ridiculous. No thanks. This guy's got too much forehead. He looks like the kind of guy who's like a casino pit boss. He looks like some greaseball mobster. Alright, this guy looks like the frat brother I went to college with. Well, that's for another story. Alright, this guy just looks like he works at a hardware shop. None of these guys look interesting. Ooh, scar on his face. Okay. I can deal with Scar. What do we got here? And then back to Wildman. Alright, let's go with Scarface over here. He's got some character. He survived an attack, right? Good enough for me. It is time. You have come of age and now must survive on your own in the world. Who will you be? How will you treat others? More importantly, where will you go and what will you do? All of that is up to you. Alright, I guess it is. Ennui Hedgehog. Well, of course I've joined the party because I'm me. Fire. All around you is utter darkness, yet the roar of flames is deafening. You cannot move. Panic hits like the crunch of jaws on your throat, and all you can do is hear the world burn. Ugh. That's how you're gonna start the game out? Damn, that's dark. Okay. The flames are creeping closer. Closer. Helpless, you feel the first of the flames, licking your skin. Licking my skin, okay. The smell of melting flesh mingles with that of burning stone and wood. The sounds of the inferno rise to a howl. Jesus! Alright. Wow, man. That's pretty harsh, and now I'm opening my eyes. Bird songs drift from the trees of the woods around you. You are alone, and you are naked. There are strange scratches on your arms. You cannot remember how you got there. This is a weird opening. I don't remember anything like this in the other games. Your memories are confused. You recall blurred faces and sinister figures in the shadows and raised voices. Beyond that, it hurts to remember. What happened to you? You're feeling feverish. Your body aches too, as if you took a beating, yet spot no bruises. Seeing something out of the corner of your eye, you look to your right. The corpse of a man lies sprawled on a bed of leaves no more than 50 feet from you. It looks like something ripped him to shreds and he died in pain. The victim of trolls or wolves, perhaps, if you're lucky to be alive, okay? That's still dark. You notice the man's pack nearby, virtually untouched and splattered with blood. Acting on instinct, you reach out to search it. The man seems to be in some sort of peddler. He had a collection of dented pans, cords, worn horseshoes, and other odds and ends. You also find clothes your size, which you hurriedly put on. Okay, cool. Usually they start you out in a city, but it looks like they're going to start me out in the middle of nowhere. There's no food, only the tainted remains of rations eaten by forest animals. But hidden inside a broken musical box is a stash of coins, which you pocket. The peddler has no need of it now. Well, I would certainly hope not. Ugh, head hurts like hell. I need to get my bearings, figure out what's going on. Yes, I do. How much? 271 gold added. That's not too bad. What else did I get here? You stumble on your way through the forest until you come to a main road. From there, the signs point to the Vedalin city. You reach the gates by late afternoon. Okay, so they are going to sit me in the city. Okay, cool. So it looks like each continent gets a completely different origin story. So maybe if I die this round, like if I die early or I died mid-game, I'll start from a different one the next time I try one of these Let's Play rounds, alright? Welcome to the Tales of Illyria. Would you like the tutorial? No. I'll explain with you guys as it goes along. Continue your journey. Thank you. I will continue my journey. That's what I came here to do. The Torthan capital is a bustling city. As the main port of Tortha, there is a great market which is open day and night. The streets are clean and crime is at an all-time low. Oh, cool. Tortha was the city with a lot of cool missions the last time I played this game, so I'm actually excited. Oh, I guess I'm going to go see the king here. I didn't mean to. You stand before Vedalin's Palace of the Nine. A long suspended bridge leads to the classic gray stone spires rising from the rest of the city. Torthan spearmen stop you when you approach. Okay, I'm trying to see the king. I've come to speak with His Highness, Edwin Godwinson, King of Tortha. You and everyone else, peasant. Now off with you before I call the Office of Justice. Well, let's see if I can get him. Like, come on, man, I'm in trouble. I'll have you cast an irons, commoner. Leave the bridge before I toss you in the dungeon. Fine, fine. I don't need to... If I fight that guy now, I'm gonna get killed for sure. The whole way back across the bridge, you hear them chuckling to each other. A small pebble brushes past your ear, almost sending you into a rage. Man, come on, that was uncalled for. Alright, I'll remember that, you jerks. Come back with some... power. Alright, my morale is going to decrease. Alright, morale, I might as well talk about that now. Morale is a mechanic. You want to make sure that your morale is kept high. Different events can bring it down. Different events can bring it up. You can increase it. We'll talk about the different ways to do that as well. The important thing about morale is as it gets lower, it's going to affect things like combat rolls, and it's also going to affect the way you handle other situations. We'll talk more about it as it unfolds. The Torthan capital, blah, blah, blah. Alright, so obviously I can't talk to the King Edwin. Let's buy provisions. Alright, so provisions, like I said before, I might have mentioned this earlier, this game has a lot of similarities to the Oregon Trail, in which you want to make sure your party is set up with enough provisions as they're going on auto travel between cities. It's really, really important to make sure that you have enough provisions each time between the cities, and you also want to make sure that you have enough gold when you get to the next city to be able to replenish your provisions. It's very easy to get trapped. It's actually one of the easiest ways to lose this game, is to get to a city and then suddenly, oh, I can't travel anymore because I'm out of food, and then you starve. So, let's see how much we got here. I don't think I started out with any. Did he give me any food? No. He just gave me some gold. So how much gold do I have again? I have 271 gold. That's not a lot, but I guess it is what it is. For food, I guess I'm going to start out with 30. I also need to make sure I have some water. I think 15 ought to be enough to start for now. I'm only one guy. I'll definitely need a lot more as my party gets larger, but for now I think 30 and 15 should be enough. Wine, I'm going to want about 5 of these. Wine is going to be important when I camp and try to heal in the middle of the wilderness. I'll be drinking wine to increase my morale and make sure that remains maintained. I'm not going to buy any fur. Fur is only a resource needed in the wintertime to stay warm and make sure that your morale doesn't rapidly drop as you start to freeze. Alright, I think that's enough for now. If we're good on provisions, let's see here. gonna move my icon. I want to make sure that... let's see what else we got here. I want to go to the cathedral. It's important to go to each cathedral and make sure that you pray at the altar each time you go to a new town. It increases your karma. The karma is your notoriety, and I want to try and build up good karma right away, as I can get bonuses from having very good recognition. Also, this is where we go to heal party members, but I don't need to do that right now because I'm not sick. At least I'm not. I've always been a sick human being, but I'm not sick in the game. Alright, let's visit. There's nothing to see at the tavern just yet. The tavern we'll use to heal later. At the blacksmith, I want to make sure... So what arms and armor am I going to start out with? Actually, I want to take a look at my party member real quick. So if I look at my character, do I have any armor? It looks like I'm just starting out with a tunic. No armor or anything like that. I do get a sword. It's going to be a pretty weak sword. It's only going to have a damage of about 2. But I guess that's just all I'm going to have for now. I'd like to be able to upgrade to at least some armor, like some chainmail or something. Let's see what the prices are. I don't think I can afford it right now. How much is the chainmail? Chainmail's 136. That's a lot. That's a difficult decision. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to go for the standard chain. It's only 46 gold. Affordable. And it's got a rating of 10. Yeah, this is a much better, this is a really good option. So I can't afford the stout or the chain dress or anything expensive quite yet. Later on, I'll upgrade to some of the better armor. There's a lot of different items as you go from city to city too, so I'll have plenty of chances to get better weaponry later on. Let me make sure I get this guy equipped with it. Put on this new outfit, and I can also sell that tunic, I think. Get a couple coins out of that as well. Let's make sure he's equipped. Great, cool. He's got this on. Is it worth it? Let me just take a look at the helmets real quick. I also would like to get a shield for him. But I think it's a little early for the shield. I'm going to need that gold for a couple other things. Maybe if I had another 100 golds, I'd buy a shield, but I don't have it. I want to get my engineering skill. Engineering is going to be a skill that at each different town will have different like guilds and stuff that you can learn different skills at. Engineering is the one we happen to learn here. Engineering is very important if you want to be able to fix things that break along the way, or let's say you need to tear things down like a bridge, or you need to construct a raft. Random events happen all the time. It's good to get your skill up. I'd like to get it up to, it's going to be 5 gold for the first time, and then for the second rank, for the to get to rank 3, I gotta pay 10. It's worth it to get to rank 3 right now of engineering. I'm willing to cough up 15 gold for that. There's a couple of other skills I'm definitely going to want to bone up on before I leave too. Bone. Okay, back to the game. Let's see here. If I get to the Fighters Guild. So the Fighters Guild, I definitely want to make sure I spend my money here. I think I already spent all my points. Yeah, I have no more skill points. So if you look on the top right, it'll show you my fighter points. I've already invested 3 points into my fighter skills. I have no more available. They will become more available as I rank up. I do want to, the art of discernment. So discernment is a very important skill for making sure, it's kind of like a awareness check. So if it's how you avoid things like getting ambushed or falling into traps, or getting surprised by other things, or being able to see something that's supposed to be hidden. It's a very, very important general skill, and I want to definitely dedicate a sizable chunk of gold to this right away, as being able to make those discernment checks successfully will give me a big heads up on surviving the early game. So let's definitely get some discernment points right now. I'm going to go for 15 gold to rank 3. I think I'd like to go a little bit higher. I'm willing to cough up 30 gold up to rank 4. And I wonder, is it worth it to spend, how much is it for the rank 5? Another 20 gold? Do I want to spend 50 gold on this? No, that's too much. That's too much. I'll when I get more gold, I'll go up to rank 5. I think rank 4 is good for now. The reason being, I also want to get up my hunting rank. Hunting is going to be very important for if you run out of food in the wilderness. This will be the only means you have of feeding yourself with extra sources of food and income. It also affects certain hunting-related random events. So I definitely want to get a couple ranks in this, at least up to rank 3 or 4. So let's do one more rank of that. Rank 3. Do I want one more? No, I don't know if I want to spend 30 gold on this. I'm okay with keeping it not there. Let's keep it at rank 3 for now. Yeah. Oh, and there's jobs. Cool. So the job system is also kind of new. I don't know too much about it, but I know it's like extra quests and it's part of the open worldness of the game. From the sparring room, you're led to a mezzanine that looks over a training area. A man shuffled through some papers, asked what it is needed. I heard the fighting guilds was handing out jobs to mercenaries and adventurers. Like me. You heard right, though we prefer to call them independent contractors. Yeah, you and everybody else who doesn't want to pay taxes. Are you aware of how things work and what we do? Yes, I am. You give me a job and I get paid for the job. Oh, that's what he says. I get the gist. I do the job and I get paid immediately. We can work something out. All right, yes, we can. We got, glad to hear it. Would you like a job now? Yeah, I want a job. What do you got for me? What do you got for me? There's a man in a castle, Illyria, who loves to rough up the town folks for fun. He's usually getting drunk in the tavern. Make sure he never hurts anyone again. Ooh, that's a job I can do. If there's one thing I love, it's beating the crap out of bullies. Absolutely. Job accepted. I'm gonna go beat the crap out of this guy. I don't know. I guess I can't kill him since I'm a good guy, but I'll definitely make sure he never hurts anybody again. Kick him in the balls. Watch him crawl around and cry like a baby. I'm just getting a justice boner just thinking about it. Mage's Guild. Is there any jobs here? Oh, they do have jobs. Cool. So there's extra missions here as well. I'm not going to spend any points on arcane arts. I don't have any mages in my group, and I certainly don't want to do a mage fighter with this character. I want to make him a tank. So I'm going to hold off with all the magic. We'll wait till we get a mage, and then we'll explore the magic end of this. The magic actually can... There's a lot of different ways to approach the spells. I don't know. Maybe if I get the opportunity, I'd like to go double mage. I usually only use a single mage in my parties, but I'm starting to think if I can get... There are too many spells for one mage to be able to get, like... to be that well-rounded and still be powerful. So I think maybe 2 mages as super specialists, and one is damage and one is support, would be the way to go for this particular game, especially since I'm going to go a little bit more open. Let's take a look at their jobs, though. You're pointed towards a side office branching from the library. Inside the paper-packed room, the claims officially weighs you forward. He continues writing. I'm here to see about employment with the guild. I'm a non-member, all right? A non-member, I'm sure we have a few things that can be taken care of. Do you want to know how the guild functions? Yeah, sure. I think I can get it, right? I pretty much know what to expect. I perform tasks, you make me rich. Doi. It's what I'm here for. Glad to hear it. You ready to start now? Yeah, let's do it. What do you got for me? An Ember Mage has been wreaking havoc on the locals between the Actilian and Dalgavus. He gave the head out to the trail there and eliminate him before he can harm anyone else. Oh, I gotta kill him, huh? Ooh, Ember Mage, those fire mages can do a lot of damage really quickly. I'm definitely gonna have to wait to take on this job. This is a job for when you have at least 2 or 3 guys in your party who can support you, yeah. I'm not fighting no Ember Mage just yet. Let's take a look. The porch will take us to cities across the ocean. I don't really need to do that quite yet. I'm also not ready for the arena as my character is pretty low level. So let's hold off on that for now. I want to go to the tailor and sell that suit real quick as well. Let me sell that shirt I had. Get 5 gold out of it. Oh, I still have 110 gold. Maybe I should invest more in skills. That's a little bit more gold than I thought I had. Let me make sure. Am I over encumbered? I just want to make sure that I'm not encumbered. I've got 50, so I'm 50 over 65 in weight. So I can handle up to about 15 more pounds of items. Maybe, yeah, so if I have that much gold, let's definitely increase a few skills here. Let me are there any skills here in the tannery? No, okay, and I don't have a rogue, so I don't need any leather goods. Let's go back to the blacksmith. I want to get my my engineering skill up another rank. Let me get it up one more. And then let me go back. I want to get my discernment up. Oh, wait, no, there's the blacksmith. Fighters Guild. Let me get my discernment up. Come on. No. Item of discernment. There we go. 20 more gold. Yeah, I'll take it. Can I get one more? 25 more gold? Alright, I'll take it. I don't want to spend that much more. Alright, 1 more rank of hunting. And now, how much gold do I have left? Let's take a look here. I've got... Oh, darn it. It should say it right here. Here in the bottom left. Okay. I've got 20 gold remaining. Okay. That's not too bad. 20 gold. I'm sure I'll earn a little bit of gold on the way over to the next town and have enough food. So I should be ready to just about leave town and get this game started off. I think I'm going to stop here now that I finished up with the intro in the city. And then we'll move on to the next city and start our journey in part 2. Until then, this is EnnuiGoblin. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. If there's any things that you guys would like me to try in this. This is EnnuiGoblin, signing off.